What's up, guys, and welcome back to Average Takes.
How's it? How's it?
I'm Bob.
Big day.
Next to me is Shenny. Below me is Roman.
How's it? How's
And
it?
today we're going to bring you what we think about our man, our kid, the long-time, lifelong, forever Padre, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Hey,
signed
yo.
a mega deal to stay in the Padres organization for 14 beautiful seasons.
Congrats to that guy for sure.
I'm
Congratulations to Fernando for sure, because what a way to finish this offseason, to cap this, to bring us into spring training.
hmm
You love it. And honestly, 340 million kind of sounds like a hometown discount. I love the deal that everything that came is perfect for the city of San Diego, for the Padres, for Fernando, for the organization, everything. Everything, the deal is great. Exactly how it is, perfect. 14 years, 8 of Manny and Tatis for sure. Unreal.
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 Unreal, bro. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. This kid's played almost a full season of games. He's 22. He's had a crazy start to his career. He has numbers that compare to Alex Rodriguez and some of the greatest names in baseball. Um, and I'm just so excited for the future of San Diego, for the fans, because San Diego's always been known as a small market. You know, we have the late games. East Coast isn't awake to at 10 o'clock to watch the Padres suck usually the last 20 years. But this team's changed. We have a rock star GM.
Fire.
I
He's a
mean,
beast.
what else can you wish for the Padres to do this offseason? We've made so many moves. Blake Snell, Yu Darvish,
Kim Sung.
Joe Musgrove. Yeah, we brought Kim. We got so many guys, bro. We just brought Mark Malance and Keone Kela, which are two veteran relievers that are going to for sure finish
Provide.
our bullpen off. They're going to be probably eighth, ninth inning type guys. Like, our team is set and striving for the postseason. Like, the Dodgers did their offseason. I don't think they had as well as an offseason as the Padres. I don't think they had as much to do also. But wow, Padres, we got our kid secured.
If he wasn't excited now he doesn't have to worry about no more paperwork. He just all he needs to focus on is playing.
Yeah, and that's the beauty
Yeah.
of it.
Yep.
All he has to do for the next 14 years is worry about playing baseball. How can I be the best baseball player? He doesn't have to worry about anything. Oh, I'm gonna sign. I need to sign to this team. I need to sign to that team.
No.
This team's offering me this. This team's offering me that. I'm locked in for 14 years in San
Exciting.
Diego, especially. That's crazy. I wonder where he's gonna buy a house.
He's the
Downtown
Oh,
third
yeah.
highest
penthouse.
play,
He's gonna
player
buy
in the
the whole
MLB.
building. He's gonna buy the whole building. He might
Facts.
even buy Petco.
I heard this on a podcast this morning. The Padres are paying Machado and Tatis Jr. more for their like career salaries than it took to build Petco Park. The
Jeez.
whole entire stadium. They're getting,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
I
saw their whole
this is
infield is worth $800 million.
yes.
this is another one that's pretty classic. The Padres are giving Tatis and Machado more money than Spanos was willing to put up for a stadium. Ha! How cheap can you be? How cheap can you be? Not us, not San Diego.
No.
I mean, I think now that you brought up the Chargers, I think that this has a big thing to do with that, because the Padres realized how big their market could expand.
Yeah.
San
For
Diego
one
has
team.
no other major sports. We have some minors league sports and stuff like that, but no other professional sports teams. So Padres ownership said, you know what? This is the perfect market to build a franchise and a team that has meaning behind it. And we've done it. We're doing it. And we're keeping them around. You know, we never usually
Yeah.
paid our guys. We let Adrian Gonzalez walk. Like all
Hate
these
that.
guys, we let walk. Justin Upton, let him walk. Like the recent years, like we haven't kept our guys, and now we're proving that this is a team that players can call home,
We're
and
turning it
this is
around.
something that we could build off of more players. Like this deal is good for long term because this is a now a town that teams are not teams, but players could look at and say, I'm super interested to play San Diego.
Yeah.
Melanson
Oh
just did
yeah.
it. Took
Or scared to
less
play San
he took
Diego.
his smallest amount of dollars for a championship. The Padres offered him the lowest and he took it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows you what players want to do to come to San Diego now, and I just love hearing that.
Oh yeah. It's I like it. I like getting the addition of Kella and Melanson, and yes, we lost Rosenthal, but these two guys' production will amount to what Rosenthal could have brought us. And
For way less money.
yeah, way less. And say I saw something that said Rosenthal signed a 1-year deal, maybe open at the deadline. We may get him back. You never know.
You never know with Preller either.
Then we're
No,
stacked. Then we're
we could
stacked.
get. We need to see how the season goes on, and I can't wait to watch some Padre baseball. Can't wait to see how we stack up against the rest of the Major League Baseball, because it seems like we got a big target on our back now. We just had a big offseason. We just signed a bunch of players. We acquired a bunch of players. How is that gonna translate to on-field performance? And I can't wait. I really can't wait, because I think guys are better than what people think right now.
Oh yeah, and people always slept on Blake Snell, and they're going to continue to
Always.
sleep on Blake Snell. Blake Snell was one of my favorite players in baseball before we even thought of him being a Padre. Like his starts are fun. He's charismatic. He's a chill ass dude. He could sit there and talk to you. He streams video games and he'll sit there and talk to us. I've had a full conversation with the guy on Twitch. Like he's just an awesome dude. And all these guys are. You Darvish, you know, these guys that we're getting are great baseball dudes.
And I'm excited for the players that we already had on our team, like Chris Paddock to have a comeback season. I'm excited for Will Myers to flourish now that he's not the face of our team, and no, everybody's not focused on him, and he's just gonna kill it.
Oh
With
yeah.
all these additions we have.
It's crazy that some veterans just get better with age, you know. Will
Yeah,
Myers is definitely a
Tommy
perfect example.
Pham.
yeah,
Tommy Pham, an interesting fact about Tommy Pham, he has never not been in the playoffs to end the year. He's been in the league for 6 years, and he's been in the playoffs 6 straight years.
and he's in straight grind mode after that backstabbing, bro. All those videos on Instagram and all that.
The
He's getting
machete
after it.
slice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was.
today or yesterday and today is the beginning of pitchers and catchers reporting. That's why we're bringing you these interesting stories about guys. With pitchers and catchers reporting and spring training upon us,
Yes, sir.
players will show up in like a week or two. But I wanted to ask you guys what's something you are very excited for, and then what's something that you're going to keep your eye out for this coming up season for the San Diego Padres.
Ooh.
Uh,
Ooh.
I mean, I said a little bit earlier, I'm excited for Chris Paddock, man. I'm excited to see what pitches he has behind that curve. I mean, that fastball. See what other pitches he can throw, and see how he comes back from having not the greatest season last year. And what I'm going to focus on is Tatis, man. I'm just excited to watch him make plays and become the star he is. I'm excited for him to be on the San Diego Padres. No, for real.
I still can't believe he's signed 14 years.
Yeah.
Longest
He's
deal
the
in
same
MLB.
age. He's the same age as us too, Roman.
Yeah,
Bob,
I
you're a year
know.
older. He's the same
Yeah.
age as us. So as we age, he will age, which I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
Like fine wine.
Yes,
But
sir.
anyways, I'm most excited for the year that Eric Hosmer is going to have. I think this is finally the year where he can sit back and just rake. All you got to do is hit, buddy. Just rake. Oppo, Taco, El Papo. He's gonna be slapping the ball everywhere. That's
With
what
some
I
cheese.
like.
Is he slapping cheese on that too?
Cheese and then maybe a little hot sauce, some Cholula from good old Mudcat. Anyways, what I'm gonna keep an eye out for is I'm gonna keep an eye out on how the rotation plays out with the the stacked 6-man we got. I'm really going to keep an eye out for Joe Musgrove. I think he has a lot to improve on, and coming to San Diego, he's going to be hype. He's going to be so hype. Wearing 44, his idol's
Rocking that.
number, Jake
Oh my
Peavy.
God, it looks so
For
clean.
you OG Padre fans, you know what I'm talking about.
Fresh. Yep.
But anyways, Musgrove is going to have. I expect him to have a big year in his hometown. World Series Padres. I can smell it. It's cooking. It's brewing right now.
The pot is cooking.
Definitely. Honestly, I'm excited for a lot of things. There's two players who aren't getting as much love that I'm going to shout out for my most excited for. Their second season in San Diego, both of them, is Trent Grisham and Jake Cronenworth. I think those two guys were low key such a huge part and factor of this team last year.
Yeah.
And I really think it's going to take both of those guys to have great seasons to continue to push this team. Two lefties who are great at seeing the ball, bro. Their at
Oh
bats
yeah.
are such a grind, and I absolutely love that about this team. And the one thing I'm going to look out for before this season in spring training, keep my eye out for, is the man rocking number one himself,
Ah,
Mac Gore, Mr.
yes, sir.
Mackenzie Gore. Yeah,
Looking good in that number one.
That's so
the
cold. Number one's so cold.
the
So
number
cold. Yeah.
one pitching prospect in baseball is
He wants to.
rocking number one, and I think that's so fresh. But the reason I really want to pay attention to him is because, like you were saying, Shenny, is there's a possibility that coming from a 60 game season to 162, that we see a lot of 6-man rotations around the league to start the year, maybe like midway through the year. But these guys are not going to be able to go from 60 games to jump into 162 and throw the normal 200 innings.
Yeah.
You know, Blake Snell said it himself yesterday. He said, I'm looking at 150 to 180 innings. And with that, I think that takes a strong guy to come in and spot start and fill in these games that we're going to let these guys take breaks. And I think that's Mackenzie's spot to lose. We missed him last postseason. I know he was going to come if we won that last game versus Dodgers. He was going to make the next start. He was dealing with a little bit of control issues, and it's a little scary because that's usually his best asset is how well he controls his pitches. But I'm hearing great things about him already in this spring. He's rocking that one. It's so pretty. That has to be a cop. I'm gonna get that jersey for sure. But I'm really gonna pay attention to him because how excited I am for his future.
Also, one thing that I starting to pick up and notice, the Padres have had a long history of kind of shitty managers, and I've been liking the ideals and just ways Jace Tingler like manages the game. So I think that is something to improve on as well because managers are very important to a National League ball club.
Yeah.
So having a one that can make good decisions that you like is very key. And I'm that is going to be surprising to me is how Jace Tingler manages all this talent that the Padres give him.
Especially with pitchers hitting this year. Because that brings the National League game back. The guys, the pinch hitters, the situation, the double switches, the timing of situations, when to use each guy. Pitchers, there's still a 3 batter minimum rule, so you have to work around that. There's a lot of things, and that's going to come right at Jace Tingler. It's going to be a huge challenge that he didn't have to face last year. He was lucky, had a DH. You had a guy fit in there, no pitchers hitting. Now, you're going to have to realize that maybe you Darvish doesn't want that last at bat to keep going. Like, I don't know. He's going to have to face those challenges. And
Yeah,
I'm definitely very excited to see that because I really like Jace, and I think the Padres did great in hiring this guy.
Yeah, I like the way he talks to the players and treats the players, and happy clubhouse wins games for sure, and the way he carries his team and backs his team up in times where he needs or the team needs it is very clutch about him. He's a cool coach. I can tell.
yeah, he had one hiccup with the Tatis hitting the ball 3-0. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that was a hiccup on his end. kind
In the
of
media aspects, I
yeah, in
think
the
Yeah.
him and
media.
Tatis were fine about it though. Like
Oh,
I think it was
100%.
fine in the clubhouse.
I just think the way he handled that right after, directly after it happened, just could have been handled a little
Well,
different.
you
But
have to realize too that it was against his former like team
yeah,
that he'd worked his whole career with.
I don't
It
care. It's a
was
business.
people who he thought were his
It's
brothers.
a
Like
business.
I thought he
Yeah,
handled it fine. I know he was on Tatis a little bit with the media and he was a little upset, but the way this team sprung and used that whole media craziness, and got together and just went at it. Said like we're rule breakers. Then we're gonna back
Yeah.
our kid 100%, and they took that face on. I really thought he did a good job. I mean, this team
No,
battled
that's why I
back,
like that. I like
and
that.
I don't know. Like you said, there's definitely questions that we're gonna have to see, and that was one of them last year that threw me for a loop. But I liked how the team bounced back.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see a full 162 game season
It's a
and
long
how,
season.
yeah, the longevity. There's gonna be a lot of injuries that I hope the Padres can stay away from, but it's inevitable. Injuries
Yeah,
will happen,
exactly.
and that's what it is. Next man up, and I think AJ has produced a roster where your
We're
next man
deep.
up is Ha-Sung
Yeah.
Kim or whoever.
A
You got,
major league talented player. It's no longer we have scrubs that are going to have to
Yeah.
fill
no,
in. That's ugly to watch them play and they're not playing their position and stuff. Like, no, we have depth and we have guys who could play absolutely anywhere on the field. Our starting catcher could play any position on the infield.
That's why I'm
yep,
excited you said Jake Cronenworth, bro. He's so clutch last year when we needed him at the bat. He's nice with the glove too. I think we have a future legend, and I mean not future legend, but future
All
franchise
star,
player
at
in our
least.
hands. All star,
Definitely.
yeah, for
Jake
sure.
Jake the
He's
Rake for
nice,
sure.
bro. Yeah.
We
One
love
thing we
it.
touched on a little bit that I'd like to break down a little bit more is Tommy Pham and his injury. It was a massive, massive injury for him this
A
offseason.
long
It was
star. That's
something
crazy how
that,
fast he came back.
yeah, definitely, but something that we wish didn't happen, something that was terrible and that's not a real like baseball injury. He got stabbed at a club and it's awful. Um I was on his Instagram live and he said that the worst thing about it was that it's cost him millions. Millions of dollars invested in time and recovery of his back and I feel bad for him, but I know how this man is like mentally wise and his mentality
And showed.
to
Showed
face
for sure.
injuries head on, and he's done it his whole career. And I know he's going to get back to an all star form. This guy's a stud. He's a great human, and I think he was huge part of our clubhouse last year and how these young kids handled playing in the big leagues every day.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
just super excited. I hope he has a great season because what happened to him was definitely very unfortunate.
yeah, and I mean, if he does have a great year, that's
One hell of a comeback
comeback
for
player of the
sure.
year is
Yeah.
really up there for him. Seriously considered for that. But like I said, we got to see these guys play. I'm excited to see these guys get out there on the diamond
I'm gonna
and
see
put some
excited to
work
see him
in.
develop. I can't
Yeah,
the difference from
Yeah,
game
last year
one
was year one.
to World Series. If we get there, it's excited. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a big progression.
and yeah,
Mm,
we are big Padre guys, but I mean, they still have to produce. They still have to perform. They still have to play baseball, and they have
yeah,
to get 9 innings every day in and day out of Padre
100%. If they
baseball.
suck, we will tell you for sure. But
Oh, we are
Oh yeah.
definitely not going
yeah,
to be kissing asses around here.
no,
But
heck
other
no.
teams as well. If you're sucking, we're gonna let you know.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
care
yeah,
who you are.
exactly.
we're definitely a Padres first podcast, but we're going to be bringing you coverage on national baseball
National
games. We're going to
baseball.
give you our scoop of
Our
teams and
average take.
players. And yeah, it's going to be average. Call it what you want, but that's what we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoy that.
Yes, sir.
We
I'm
are
excited for this season.
can't wait.
Excited for that rematch for the Dodgers. All those Dodgers keep yapping for this COVID season fluke. Let's play a full
Yeah,
162 and see what happens.
yeah, Mickey Mouse season.
All right, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to
Yes,
Average
sir.
Takes.
Comment what
Instagram.
you're most excited about for this pod
Yes.
season.
Comment what you're
You-
most excited about, who you are. I'll tell you right now, it's Blake Snell for me. I'm so excited for that man's to pitch opening day.
Yeah,
I called it here.
called it here.
Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and
Average Takes
subscribe.
merch is on the way. We're about to
On the
do
way
it.
very soon, very soon, very soon.
Start commenting down if you want some merch. We're going to give a piece away.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that coming week. So make
Coming
sure you
very
guys are
soon.
ready for that.
If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the only way you wear Tatis jerseys now. Tatis in the front,
Goat.
Padres in the back.
Only
That's how we
goats wear
do it.
23. Only goats
Bat
wear
flips.
23.
We're on the cover of the show. Holy shit!
It is Padres
Exciting.
year. Nothing wrong with being average.
Yes, sir.
What a time to be alive.